What's good, everyone? It's the one and only NY Phenom. If you guys enjoy NFL NBA content, want to see some more gaming content soon, give this video a like, and if you're new, go and subscribe to the channel while you're at it. Now let's get into this video. Listen, when it comes to these power rankings, my last power ranking video, listen, in the finale of the regular season power rankings, the Ravens are number one, and nothing's new. I mean, the Ravens from pretty much the middle of the season to now has easily been the best team in the league. I mean, pretty much since they whooped up on my Hawks, they've been the best team in the league, man. And there's really no denying it. I mean, if you're saying anything else at the moment, you're ignorant, or you must be a hater. I mean, Lamar Jackson's having one of the best quarterback seasons of all time. Yes, I have a video coming out soon about that. I mean, Lamar Jackson's just been great, man. Just bringing something that we really never seen to the quarterback position, being dominant that way. The offense is just dominant. Mark Ingram, the 3 tight ends that they use. Mark Andrews has been a monster. Defense has been playing elite football for the past month or two. I mean, overall, this is just the best team in the league, and the fact that they locked up the number 1 seed in the AFC is going to make it tough for anyone to go out to Baltimore and win. I mean, Baltimore home crowd is up there with the best of them. I mean, cold weather, intense football. This is what they do, man, and it's not going to be easy for anyone. I mean, anyone in the AFC to go out to Baltimore, man. John Harbaugh, one of the best coaches in the NFL. I mean, this is just an amazing football team. This is one of the best football teams, complete football teams that I've seen in a long time. So shout out to the Ravens, man. They're number 1. Nothing really much to explain there. Number 2, I went with the Saints. Listen, I went with the Saints. It was kind of interesting. I was thinking about going with the Chiefs. I went with the Chiefs at number 3. I just think the Saints overall are a slightly better team than Chiefs. There's no shade to the Chiefs. I like the energy that the Chiefs are bringing right now. But my thing is, I just trust the Saints defense over the Chiefs defense. I know the Chiefs defense is starting to bring it together, starting to bring it full circle now. But I mean, I've seen the Chiefs blow it or just play inconsistent defense the entire season. I'm not sure if they're just going to go back to being what they are, as a bad defensive team. However, Steve Spagnuolo has these guys playing well. Patrick Mahomes is up there with Russell Wilson for being the best quarterback in the league. Excuse me. Appreciate that. Offensive side, we know what they bring on the offensive side. Tyreek Hill, we know he's one of the best receivers in the league. Travis Kelce is one of the best. Maybe you can argue for the best tight end in the league. I like the Chiefs team, but they had 2 deficiencies that might come back to haunt them, and that's their running back. They still don't have a reliable running game, in my opinion. I know they got LaShawn McCoy, but LaShawn McCoy has been up and down all year. Damian Williamson, maybe Damian Williams can come back and get some consistent running there. Darrell Williams is out for the year. Listen, when I'm the Chiefs, I might make a move for C.J. Anderson. As from my Hawks, we picked up Marshawn Lynch, and there was a lot of talk of, C.J. Anderson possibly going to the Hawks. If I'm the Chiefs, I'm jumping on that. I need to get some C.J. Anderson. We saw him play big-time football last year around the same time. And I think he could bring the same thing when it comes to the Chiefs. But we'll see how that plays out. I just like the Saints team a little bit better overall. I know the Saints defense has been struggling for a bit now. But, overall, they show up at big-time moments, at least this year. And, right now, the Saints offense is just lighting it up at the moment. I mean, they're lighting it up. Mike Thomas breaking receiving records. Drew Brees being Drew Brees. Alvin Kamara starting to get going at the right time. Jared Cook has been playing like a beast. And the Saints offensive line's been protecting Breeze. I mean, it's hard not to pick the Saints number 2, and I'm gonna go with that. Number 4, listen, I'm only Green Bay. I'm not sure why Green Bay. And still at the moment, I feel that people are still not giving Green Bay their respect that they deserve. Green Bay is a real powerhouse championship contender, and they showed it against the Vikings. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, Dalvin Cook was out, and Alexander Madison was out. I mean, yeah, but was that a Green Bay fault? No, you got players in front of you, man. And, I mean, this Green Bay team is for real. And I think people don't want to say that or don't realize that just because Aaron Rodgers is not having his typical Aaron Rodgers year. But the fact that he's not having the Aaron Rodgers typical year, not dominating, that just shows how good this team is. This is the best team Aaron Rodgers has played on in probably his entire career. We see this defense flying around. Darius Smith is one of the best outside linebackers in the league. So has Preston Smith. You got a good defensive line player, Kenny Clark, to clog up the middle. Dean Laurie, Blake Martinez. You got Jordan Alexander, who got toasted a bit last week, but he showed up in big time moments. You got Kevin Keene, Adrian Amos, Darnell Savage. I mean, this is an overall complete Packers defense. Devontae Adams had him a beast game. He tore up Xavier Rhodes all day long. You have Aaron Jones playing like a beast. I mean, this is the best running back Aaron Rodgers has ever played with. I mean, we have people like Stephen A., which I don't understand why First Take talk football. They really don't make sense, but you had people like Stephen A. Smith saying that the Packers had an average running game at best going to last week's game, and the fact that people are disrespecting Aaron Jones' name pretty much all season just shows that people haven't been watching the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers are really built off the run and play action. That's what Matt LaFleur likes to do, and that's what they've been doing. Aaron Jones leading the league in touchdowns. They even got a good number 2 running back in Jamal Williams. I mean, this is a complete team. The only thing I really say about the Packers is that you wish that they had really a good number 2 option, but behind Adams. I mean, Lazard, he's starting to step up a bit, playing in the slot, but I still would rather see them with an AJ Green, Emmanuel Sanders, hell, an AB. Get them somebody to play alongside Devontae Adams, and I think that would pretty make this team right up there. I mean, make them just as good as any team in the league, honestly. But overall, man, the Packers, they're good, really good, and they deserve some more respect. Listen, Niners at 5, put my Seahawks at 6. Listen, I'm unbiased, man. The Seahawks fan in me really wants to put the Hawks above them, but I'll say this: we just lost to the Cardinals, so I'll put us at 6. I'll move us down to 6, and I'll put the Niners at 5. Listen, we picked up Marshawn Lynch now, and like I did my Marshawn Lynch, like I said, my Marshawn Lynch reaction vid. If you guys didn't get that video yet, listen, our team is gonna have a new energy brought to this team with Marshawn Lynch not being there. Not saying Marshawn Lynch is going to be Chris Carson, but Beast Mode is going to be Beast Mode. So with that being said, this Sunday night game is going to be interesting. It can go any way. I'll admit it can go any way, but I'm liking my chances when it comes to the Hawks, man. I really am, man. I'm liking my chances. As long as the defense can start to get healthy at the right time. I mean, it sucks that Antoine Woods had to, get suspended for 4 games, but it is what it is, man. If we can get Quandre Diggs back healthy, Clowney, Zeke Ansah, the inside pressure, hopefully KJ Wright, Bobby Wagner, Kendricks, they all good to go. We're gonna be ready Sunday night. That's all I'm saying. We're gonna ready Sunday night. Beast Mode's going to be ready to carry the ball 20, 25 times a game. I'm telling you that right now. Robert Turbin, like to pick up. He's going to bring some of that 2013-2014 energy, just like Marshawn Lynch. And, listen, there's going to be a new energy. And we're playing in a Central League field, man. I mean, listen, we really don't lose in the 12th man era on Sunday night games. The big time games, prime time games, Sunday night, and games like this, rarely ever lose, especially on the Russell Wilson era. Hell, when we were in the same situation, or somewhat in the same situation, a decade back pretty much, when we had Matt Hasselbeck as a quarterback, and we needed to win the game at home to make the playoffs versus the Rams. What we do at the 12th man? You know what we did? Went out, won a tough, ugly game, but got it done. Listen, this is what we do. And if you're the 49ers, listen, y'all are a great team. However, y'all are starting to get exposed on the defensive side, and that's that. And I think Marshawn Lynch is going to come out and really have a big game. I hope they're ready for beast mode. However, no denying the 49ers are a good team. Like I said, their defense is starting to struggle. They got some key injuries. I'm not sure D4 is not going to play this week. That's huge. DJ Jones, who's one of your best interior run stuffers, he's out for the season. Richburg out for the season. I mean, the 49ers have some real injuries. And I'm just not sure if they're going to be ready to handle us in Seattle in Central League field. So, as for all that being said, there's no denying that the 49ers had a good game against the Rams. Jimmy G had maybe his best game, best fourth quarter that I've seen him play. They made big-time plays at big-time moments. Shout out to Emmanuel Sanders. George Kittle had himself a game. Offensive line block. I mean, listen, good game, especially by Jimmy G. So shout out to them. They're at number 5. But Sunday night is going to be something to watch, man. Can't wait. 7 Pats. Listen, great game by the Pats. Now, they're only at number 7 just because I can't really put them over any team. I mean, I can't put them over the Niners or Hawks. They're just not there yet. However, the Patriots, I'm liking where the Patriots are at. They showed a lot against the Buffalo Bills, another contender who's right behind them at number 8. Listen, the Patriots showed me that they're still the Patriots, man. Winning big games like that, like they played Saturday night versus the Bills. Defense plays solid. However, I like where the offense is at, man. I really do. Eldrin Roberts, the linebacker of this team, is going to play a huge factor. This team can play all time, man. Losing James Delavan, I really thought this running game hasn't been the same after losing James Delavan, after losing David Andrews. However, Eldrin Roberts come in, play some fullback, lay some nasty hits, and he's energizing this running game. I mean, he was opening the lanes for Sony Michel, Rex Burkhead, and the crew, and that's going to be huge come playoff time. We see the struggles that the offense has had throwing the ball. But if you got a running game like this, I mean, it's going to really make it tough to stop this Patriots offense. But overall, Tom Brady had himself a good game. I want to see more Sanu. We're going to really see what this team is about. Julian Edelman had himself a game. Even some of the tight ends like Benjamin Watson and Lacrosse and the crew, they were making some plays. So I'm not sure that's going to hold up, but it's December. The Patriots are going to this is the Patriots time, man, December. And they're starting to get hot at the right time. And that's what you want to see with the Patriots time. You want to see aggressive running game football. And the defense playing lights out. Stephon Gilmore, he's going to be Defensive Player of the Year. And I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Patriots. I really am. Bills, I know they lost versus the Patriots. However, there's a lot of promise on this team. Defense made some plays. Running game, I really like Devin Singletary. I really do. Josh Allen actually played a pretty solid game, even though he didn't have the best fourth quarter. However, man, I'm liking where this Bills team is at. I don't really see them making a run this year. I'm gonna be real. I still think they have a few missing pieces, especially on the offensive side. However, this team has a lot of potential, but right now, being said, they need some more talent at tight end. Maybe another receiver. I know John Brown's been playing really well. Cole Beasley's been running the slot. But I think they could use a big-time possession receiver like a Devontae Adams, like a Michael Thomas. Any receiver like that, I think would come in and make a big impact. But I don't really watch college football, so I don't know if there's any big-time possession receivers in the draft that could come in and make an impact. But overall, I like where the Bills are at, but they're just not on the same level as a team like the Patriots, and that showed. Vikings at number 9. Listen, losing the Sunday night versus the Packers was huge. Of course, that was huge. I really think that was a really winning that game would have really helped them out, especially come playoff time. Because who knew? Maybe that would have helped them to possibly get the NFC North. I'm not sure how that would have played out, but overall, a loss is a loss. But they were dealing with injuries. Dalvin Cook should be back come playoff time. Alex and Madison should be back come playoff time. And that's what their team is built around, man. It's not built around Kirk Cousins slinging the ball 20, 30, 40, 50 times a game. That's not their game plan. They want to run the ball, and accept the play action. That's how the offense is set up. The defense is still elite. Now you have Eric Kendricks got injured. Hopefully that wasn't nothing huge because they need him come playoff time. Anthony Barr even got injured last game, late in the Packers Monday night game. So hopefully none of that, either of them really injured, because that would be huge come playoff time. But I'm liking where this Vikings defense is at. My thing with this Vikings defense, the pass rush with Hunter and Griffin is really good. You got Joseph up the middle. I talked about the linebackers, but please, can we get 2017 Xavier Rhodes back? I'm telling you, 2 years ago, I was talking about Rhodes as one of the best cornerbacks in the league. Man to man, he could lock up anyone, but I don't know where it's been at, man. I don't know where Rhodes lockdown, Rhodes close has been at, man. I really don't know. Harrison Smith is still there. You got Trey Waynes. I like him. Anthony Harris. I really like the secondary, but this team at their full potential needs to see Xavier Rhodes be that Pro Bowl, All-Pro level corner. And we just haven't seen that, man. But, that's what's holding them back on the defensive side, I feel. But overall, this is going to be a threat come playoff time. Yeah, but, man, Kirk Cousins, primetime games, it is what it is. But overall, that's that. Last team, the Texans, listen, Deshaun Watson, they went out, they won there. They won versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I need to make a video just based about Jameis, because Jameis has been a big talking point the past few weeks, honestly. I need to speak about him. But Tampa Bay, in my opinion, is a solid team, even though they're dealing with injuries. And the Texans, they won. Now, Deshaun Watson didn't have the prettiest game. Maybe that's telling. But defense, I think this defense is kind of underrated. In my opinion, I think they really have been playing with some pretty gut ball on there. And the fact that they're gonna get JJ Watt come playoff time, who knows? My thing is, when it comes to Texans, is they're just super inconsistent, man. So, I really don't know what to think of them. I mean, it's Watson, Hopkins, Will Fuller, if he can be healthy come playoff time. I'm not even sure if he's going to be healthy come playoff time. I mean, it's the Texans. Carlos Hyde's a good running back. But this is something I'm not really seeing from this Texans team. I don't really think they're contenders like that. And that's no shade to Watson, but I think this team, just overall, isn't built right. But we'll see how it plays out. Deshaun Watson, he's a elite quarterback. You got a superstar receiver, a good running back. You got two good running backs. You got some good receivers around Hopkins. I mean, we'll see how it plays out. But overall, I'm just not believing in the Texans. As far as teams that miss the power rankings, like the Titans, Eagles, listen, I think those teams, as far as the Titans, especially the Titans, I think the Titans could maybe, I think they're going to be the most likely to make the playoffs if you ask me. I think they'll win it versus the Texans, especially the Texans set out their players like I think they will. I think they're going to make it to the playoffs, and I think they're just the better team. I think they're better than the Steelers. But, overall, and the Eagles, I mean, it's been so up and down with the Eagles. Good win versus the Cowboys. I didn't predict that. But, it is what it is, man. I just don't see the Eagles as contenders. They're not a good football team, man. They're just not. I like where the defense is at, though. But on the offensive side, once it's starting to show up, the ones that I know. But overall, this is not a good team, especially on the offensive side. Dealt with too many injuries, and maybe Deshaun Jackson comes back. I heard that he might be back in time, but who knows? But that's all. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm the Phenomenal, and I'm out. Deuces.